Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Ministry Media Mornings. We are doing a build up to the launch of our Ministry Media platform. We're launching and getting South Africa on board, and we are going to do a massive drive where we are going to help South Africa and ministries connect to their congregations, reconnect if they have to, and be extremely effective in spreading the gospel all over the world. 41 days left for the launch, and today is more like share some great news that happened the weekend, and also sharing on what is coming forward and giving some reports, etc. First thing that's very exciting is on Friday morning after my last broadcast, I had a meeting with a pastor in Zimbabwe, and he oversees 13 churches. And what we're going to do is we're going to get Ministry Media Mastery into Zimbabwe, and we are going to help them to reach their community with the gospel and through various means. Now, obviously, in Africa, the challenges are data and intermittent connections on Wi-Fi. And so what we're looking at doing is we are researching a specific technology. It's like a USB that cannot be copied or downloaded, and we're going to send it through so they can use it to do sessions twice a month, and they can engage and teach the people in Zimbabwe. We're going to do the same, I think, in Zambia. Is it Zambia? No, it's Kenya. Sorry, do the same in Kenya. That's very exciting. And then I want to say thank you for watching this morning, for spending time with me. If you have a ministry and you'd like to tell me about it, you want to do live coaching this morning, you want me to coach you live, or you'd like me to interview you on what you're doing, there's a link below somewhere around this video that you can click that, come into the studio, and then we can have a conversation and we can spend some time together. Another thing that happened was Friday afternoon, did coaching with some pastors, also here in South Africa, pastors and some leaders, and also very exciting because we were looking at strategies, and it seems like what God is doing is we are focusing on equipping leaders for the work, right? And the reason why is because obviously the harvest is ripe, the laborers are few, and all the pastors, a lot of pastors that I work with, they are currently working on a equipping portion. So a lot of times what we do is when we look at ministry media, we look at communicating outwards to individuals and people and getting our messages out. And like with me, what's very effective is to start training and equipping leaders, and that is a key for any vision to come to pass. You cannot do anything that you're called to do by yourself. You have to build a team. You have to raise leaders up. You have to equip them. You have to support them. And so what I see in my ministry and working with pastors worldwide, everywhere, is that we are busy working and talking on building platforms where we support leaders, where we equip them and help them. I always talk about the 4 pillars for a successful ministry media platform. That's content, consistency, community, and collaboration. Now, those last 2, collaboration and community, is becoming crucial. And so it's important that you realize that you've got to get past consistent content. That has got to be a given. You've got to do that already. And if you're watching this morning, I want to say thank you for watching and spending time with me. If you'd like to be interviewed, or you'd like to spend time with me, or you'd like to coach you live, click on the link there for the StreamYard link, and you can come into the studio with me, and we could spend time on this live call, and that'll be amazing. So what we're seeing is that a lot of pastors right now is about building communities and equipping leaders and encouraging them, etc. So that was an exciting thing that happened on Friday afternoon. Then Saturday, I was invited to go and speak. I didn't expect that I was going to get so much airtime. Pastor Brian Hoosier was from the US, invited me to come and spend some time with him. And we spoke about technology and how that influences our ministries and our messages, etc. Spent about 45 minutes, and that was a really amazing session. So what I want to do is I want to go and just share that link with you so that you can go and check that out. It's a really, really powerful session that we did. I'm going to put it there in the comments below. Here in my studio, let me just check. Yeah, here in my studio, it's going to pull through to the. I don't know if that's going to work through to Facebook. Through to that, all right, and then I'm going to share that link with you. It's a pretty long link, so just excuse that. But we're gonna share that with we're gonna share that on Facebook as well. Let me just open it up and see where we can get that going. So yeah, that's going to be exciting. I'm sharing it on Facebook right now. Please go through and watch that. It's like a 45-minute session where we ministered to the world, pastors and ministries alike, everybody partaking of this message that, listen, we've got a message and we've got a responsibility to share with the world what God is doing in our lives and how he's impacting us. And so on my streams, I've posted that already. So that's really exciting. So as you can see, all the links are there. They are messy and long. Unfortunately, I didn't have a shortener there. And then another exciting thing is current subscribers on ministry, the COVID Proof Your Ministry book. Current subscribers for that specific communication. So obviously this is going to be a launch where we're going to get people for about 2 weeks. We're going to train and teach incredible pace. And so depending on your hunger, we're going to really give you a lot of value. And that is starting about 2 weeks before. So that's about 30 days away. We're going to start with that. If you want to be part of that, I encourage you to go and get my free ebook, COVID Proof Your Ministry. I'm putting that link in there as well on all these platforms. So you'll see it there on Facebook and you'll see it on YouTube. And I encourage you to go and download those resources because they are really going to bless you. I just saw the specific stream open up in the Ministry Media Success group as well. So I just post that in there. Now you've got all the resources, and I just wanted to share that with you. It's Ministry Media Morning, and I am looking forward to spending some time with some people. If you are watching, you can just click that StreamYard link and come into the studio. And we'll spend some time with you. If you want to be interviewed, if you want to be coached live, so if you're a believer or a ministry and you've got a message and you're struggling with getting your message out, etc., let's have a conversation about your context and how that your context and what is your message and who is your target audience and who you're called to. Then we can look at getting that message out. So click on that link in the description, in the comments, actually in the description, the StreamYard link, and then you can come right through. What are we looking forward in the next week? But obviously, we're going to do this call, this video, this broadcast every morning. It's called Ministry Media Mornings. And we're going to spend some time with you, and I'm going to try and get some guests in. Getting guests into a show like this is already very difficult if you're just doing it once a week. So that's why I'm kind of relying on people coming into the stream and spending time with us here, and hopefully I'll get some bold ministries who says I would love to spend time on this live broadcast this morning and come and spend time and hear how we can enhance our ministry media and how we can communicate better, etc. So if you feel bold this morning and you want to get lots of value, go and click that StreamYard link, come into the studio. So two things, I can either coach you live or we could ask you a little bit about what you're doing. I'm very interested in finding out what that is. But thank you for being on the call with us this morning. I appreciate you. We're going to do this call Ministry Media live or Ministry Media mornings every day throughout the week. This weekend on Saturday morning, I had quite a full day already. So I did the one World Online Prayer. And then Saturday morning, I had, that's another thing I didn't tell you about. Saturday morning, I had our syndicate, our Bible school syndicate here. Now, obviously, we've now graduated kind of, and now we are in the world and we are doing our own thing. And what we're doing is launching a brand new Christian internet radio station. And so we're in the last kind of portion of our final or our second kind of business plan submission. And we're very excited about that, and things are really coming across. So let's talk about counsel for a moment. That's a very good thing where I can give you value this morning. While we were working on launching and planting this internet radio station, we were very bold and we were saying, we want to launch this radio station and we want to launch locally in March, like now. We want to be continental in Africa in June, and we want to be worldwide by November. We very quickly realized that there's so much work to do and communication to do and things to put in place that we realized, listen, that's more, instead of like a 3 and 4 month plan for each phase, that's more like a 3-year plan. That we realized that very quickly. The second thing we realized is that, we got to be a station grounded and anchored somewhere. So we are looking at being a local Christian radio station. And there being so many different, I wouldn't say competition, but other offerings out there, we got to ask ourselves what makes us unique. And I think every ministry has to ask that same question, like, what makes you unique? Why are you unique? Like my ministry, for instance, blessed to have this being unique because I don't know of a lot of other ministries like mine. I know what I'm called to, I know what I'm supposed to do, and that's kind of where we are going and having a lot of fun with that. And so it's important that as business, individual, coach, ministry, pastor, whatever, know what makes you different. What is your unique identifier? What is your unique selling position, if you will? That's a corporate term, a unique selling position. So find out what that is. If you're on the call this morning, I want to spend time with you. Click the StreamYard link there in the description. And you can come into the studio with me, and I'd like to spend time with you. We could coach you live on the broadcast this morning, or we could just find out what you're doing on your ministry, and that will really be powerful. And I have a really deep desire to do that. We're going to do that also for the next couple weeks. And it's funny, I just want to make a notice that, people come into the call, they watch a little bit. I build momentum 4 or 5 people a little bit earlier. As soon as I mention, hey, come on in the studio, I guess people are scared and they jump off. So I hope I find 1 or 2 bold people that's going to take up this offer and spend some time with us this morning. Yeah, so the rest of the week is going to be every morning, there's just ministry media. And, when you do that kind of thing, why am I doing it? I've done this about a year or 2 ago where I did a build-up. We're talking about Facebook for ministry. And what happened was, did it every day for a couple of days and then just stopped off. So the biggest challenge for me is what I teach is consistency. Is like, are we going to do it every day? And the challenge of doing something like this every day is having something to talk about every day. And that's why, there's the call of coming into the studio, everyone coming onto the call, come into the studio and let's spend some time together. Let's do live coaching. Let's talk about your environment. I want to know what you're doing. If you're doing any interesting things, that'll be really, really valuable to me, because I have some things like a springboard or a mirror or a thing to feed off of and really bring value. And the other thing is that, it's interesting. And it's not just me talking all the time. I'm very wise to know that I'm not that interesting. So there you are. That's Ministry Media Morning. Good morning, and thank you for spending time with me today. And I'm looking forward to doing. Pray for me that exciting things happen today, that we have some more exciting things to talk about tomorrow. Pray for me that my book gets downloaded more. Currently 154 subscribers. Let's hope for 200, 300, 250 or 300 subscribers today. After today, that'll be phenomenal. Our target is, let me quickly just look here. I think, let me just do some math here. My target is 1,400 subscribers. That's what I need before the end of April. And we're only getting into April now, so there's lots of time. I can really use your help. Just take that link and share it with someone. That'll be really phenomenal. Just tell them, hey, Ivan's launching his platform in May. Building up to that, released and wrote a new book called COVID Proof Your Ministry. Here's the link. Go download it, because it's going to give value to your environment, etc. Good morning. We're doing Ministry Media Live. It's 41 days until we launch Ministry Media all over South Africa. Very excited about that. To get that visibility, we're giving value to the South African ministry community by releasing and giving away a book called COVID Proof Your Ministry. It's really powerful. It was written because of the times that we're in, and I know that ministries are struggling. And we're talking about a couple things. We're talking about, number one, connection. For ministries to live stream their services is unfortunately not enough. You need to have a couple things in place. Number one, the 4 pillars that we teach about content, consistency, community, and collaboration. And those things become very important. Content as much as possible. Right now, in the book, we mentioned some ministries doing a prayer meeting every single day, 7 days a week. Prayer in the morning, 8 o'clock, just connecting to people and showing them that you care, and speaking to their needs and praying for them, etc. That's one thing that's happening. Another thing is, an email every day to build your faith. This is a big time, big, important time in history where we got to help people build their faith, etc. So that's one of the things that we speak about in the book, is serving your community. We can't, unfortunately, sit back and say, oh, COVID, and just wait for things to change, because it might not change in the next 3 months. It might not become easier. It might become worse. And so we have all of these challenges on how do we navigate this specific environment? How do we connect to people? How do we show them we care? And we got to do those things. And media helps us put attention on that. Media and tech helps us make connections and manage and serve better, because of the distancing that we have and the inability to meet in like we used to, in capacity, etc. And that's what the book is about. The book is about how do we circumvent that? How do we serve people? And in it, we're using this quote by Theodore Roosevelt: people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And that becomes a very important thing. If you're watching and you'd like to be part of the broadcast today, there's a StreamYard link in the description. Just click that and come into the studio. It's going to be really easy. Just you just need a webcam basically, and come into the studio so we can chat. I'd like to. You got questions for me? That's great. Maybe I can interview you on what you're doing on your media channels, or I could coach you live and give you value that way. I'd really love for someone to step up and be bold and say, "Here I am. Let's talk. Let's see what we can do," etc. I'd really be appreciative of that. Yeah, we're going to do this every day for the next couple days. It's day 41. 41 days left to the national launch of Ministry Media Mastery in South Africa. Very excited about that. Yes, we are building relationships and getting. We have partners and affiliates in the US. But we're not going to focus on that right now. We're focusing on South Africa because this is where I am. This is where my community is. This is where we're called to serve. It's biblical. The Bible says, "Go to all the world, first to Jerusalem." So we're in Jerusalem right now, where we are speaking to those in our immediate area, and we are serving them, and then we'll go wider and wider and wider. We are busy kind of speaking and building relationships in Africa. So that's going to be Samaria, I guess. And so that's how we go forward. It's great. It's wonderful. We're looking at building relationships and getting the program in India. But here's the thing: if you're watching this and you want to sponsor someone into our program, like a ministry in Africa or someone who can't afford it, please inbox me. Let me know so we can do that. A lot of times people get exposed to my program and they might not be in ministry, but they want to help. And so that's another thing that you could do. We've got a lot of ministries that want to do our program. And so we're looking at sponsorships and scholarships, if you will, and offering that to them. So if you're able and willing to do that, let me know so we can get that done. Spending time with you this morning. It's called Ministry Media Mornings. And we are talking about our launch, 41 days to go, 154 subscribers. We're looking at 1,400 subscribers, and keeping a live tab on that. And we're looking forward to making a great impact all over the world. Good morning. Where are you from? Hey, why did you just, I know you might not want to come into the studio. That's okay. How about you just leave me a comment? Ask me a question. That'll be great. I can answer it live on air. Or just say hi. I am keeping my eyes on the comments. I'd love for you to interact with me, and I'd love you to know, even if it's afterwards. And I have a suspicion Quentin Post is watching my video right now. Thank you for watching, Quentin. If I'm correct, just say how's it in the comments. I'd love for you to. I would love you to be part of what we're doing. Thank you so much. We are very, very, very excited about what God's doing during this time, and we're here to serve. We're called. When I was in Bible school, one of the things that they said, you are saved to serve. And, if you're still in the world or you're not a believer yet, that doesn't make sense, right? Doesn't make sense to you. Even I was in Bible school. It didn't make sense to me that back then. I understand it now. When you give your life over to God, then you're saying, I want to live my purpose. And a lot of times purpose is about communication and connecting to people, etc. So that's what we want to do. We want to help, and we are called to serve in that way. So if you're watching, leave us a comment, ask me a question. I'd love to answer that question that you've got. Connect with us. If you're bold and you're courageous this morning, you want to take this week by the horns and by storm. Take it by storm. click on the StreamYard link there and come into the studio so we can chat. You can be live on my show this morning. I would appreciate doing that. Listen to Radio Pulpit this morning, and I was a guest on Radio Pulpit about 2 or 3 years ago, where Janine interviewed me, and that was exciting. And if you're watching now, I just want to say you might see there's some links in the comments below. That long link with the Facebook link is a session I did on Saturday with the guys at World Online Prayer, and in that session we spoke about technology emerging in COVID and how technology and media is helping ministries to connect. We speak about a little bit about the book, but in that session specifically, I spoke, there was pastors asking me questions, and it was a phenomenal session. It was really, really exciting. So I want you, if you haven't watched that yet, the after this broadcast, the link is in the description. Go and watch that and go check it out. I had pastors all over the world asking me questions and so on. We had a great session. And we really loved spending time there, and we did a prayer at the end, and it was all about you having a message. It's all about you being called for such a time as this, that you're called to impact a specific amount of specific people. You are called to them. I believe that. And so your life story, your testimony could impact other people in a great sense, and that's what that was about. So if you just below in the link there, you'll see there's a long link of Facebook that's for the World Online Prayer Saturday. Very exciting, very privileged to have been there, and had a phenomenal time. So feel free to go and click there and do that. That's my story for this morning. Ministry Media Mornings, good morning. Thank you for spending time with me. Last call for the next 2 minutes. If you want to spend time with me, if you have a question for me, post it in the comments. I'll answer it real quick. If you want me to coach you live right now, click on the StreamYard link, come into the studio so we can spend some time together. Second thing is what I could also do is I could interview you on what you're doing in media. And so if you're watching this afterwards, just post in the comments. I would love to be on the show, and then we can organize that for tomorrow or one of the next days. That would be really amazing. But for those that's watching right now, I want to say thank you for watching. For those that's watching after the live broadcast, thank you too. And thank you for watching all the way till the end. I really, really appreciate it. I want to do this every day because for me, it's good. It keeps me sharp. It keeps me on my toes. And it's all about consistency. It's something that I teach others. And so it's important for me that I do it every day. I don't want to come to these sessions and preach. We do share I do share my heart. I do give a little bit of value, and really trusting God that every day I'll have something to say or something to report. At least our list is growing every day. So that's really exciting. And so at least that's something we can talk about. I'm very wary. It's all about relationships, but we also don't want to spam people. So even though I have these subscribers and I really itch to tell them, listen, what is your number one question for me? Or would you like to be coached live? I have a show every day, blah, blah, blah. That, but I'm wary to do that. I'm already sending them an email every 3 days or so. So I don't want to wear them out. But so last call, coming to the studio, talk to me about what we're doing. And and let's spend some time together. Last call. Click on the StreamYard link. Come into the studio. Spend time together. Let's talk. Otherwise, we'll have a great day today, and we'll check in with you tomorrow. Thank you for watching, everyone, and looking forward to getting some guests coming into the studio. Remember that in today's session, we spoke a little bit about the weekend, Ministry Media Mastery going into Zimbabwe, did some coaching on Friday. World Online Prayer, the link for that specific session is in the comments below. And yeah, let's do that. So thank you for watching, everyone, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Bye.